Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're watching us from. You are here with us on Ndaa, Let's Talk Nyaya Ngati Taure, which is Ndaa dialect for Let's Talk. I'm so pleased to have you, my brother Guspy, here, where we are going to be talking about mental health matters, creating awareness, and just having a light-hearted discussion about a serious issue. Welcome, Guspy. I'm fine, thank you. So just tell us a bit about yourself, what you do, what you've been doing.
I like to keep it a lot private, but I'm a musician. My name is Manuel Otatenda Manyeluke. So, all right. Basically, I'm a full-time musician.
Okay.
Who does some other part-time businesses.
Okay.
And I love to keep private.
That's okay. No, absolutely. By the way, I came to Zimbabwe some time back and I started listening. I went into the salon to get my hair done because I had locks as well at one point. And then I had my little sister Nyasha, and then I had your song. I was like, that song. And then you're like, how come to you? You're singing this. But I really love that song. It's a song no longer. And I had it on my ringtone, and it's still one of my favorite songs. It's no dancer. But when I hear that song, it really lifts my mood. And that's one thing that I want us to talk about, because music is so powerful in shaping people, in changing people's moods, in inspiring people. And you do that, and just like your father, It's like, what do you understand about mental health?
I think basically I just understand that mental health is a state of mind. Like, what state of mind are you in? Is it health?
Exactly. Good.
Yeah, I think that's just it basically.
And you're not too far from what I understand as well. So my understanding of mental health is it's an umbrella term yatinoshandisa kutaura about different illnesses of the brain. Just like we say physical health, kuna na cancer, kuna na jaundice, you name it. That's the same. Saka mental health, physical health, but when we break it down, is the thing that actually it's an illness that actually affects the mind and how our brain functions. Yeah. Aiwaka tongoti pamwe munhu wese ane ma-challenges, tongoti you've got a jar of stress or whatever you call it. Tese tine zvinotiremera, unenge une bhachi rako rezvinhu zvako zviturikwa zvako zvaunazvo, because it's life and life brings challenges. But it's how we manage these challenges in life. How do I move away from this challenge? Challenge yakunditadzisa kuita basa rangu here. You're a musician. So maybe an example that I could give that would make sense to you would, I used to be an athlete. I used to sprint, and every time get on your marks, get set, hana yangu inorova zvimwe zviya zvekuti
like anxiety.
I could literally feel my heart beating in my stomach. But it was good anxiety, because it means it mattered to me. What I was doing mattered. I wanted to win. Yeah? So it's the same with mental health. Tongoti, anxiety is good because it helps us to be energy. Exactly. Ukasa, it is not that you care. Imagine ukasa feel that buzz yekuti ya ndikujambira past stage,
no performance.
Exactly. But svikazosvika pakunzi wabhadharwa mari yako, nzatoda kuti Guspy yozojambisa mafenzi ya wapiwa mari waamumba, tongoti show yako is in July and you've been booked in January hauchavata ukungofunga show yemuna July, February same thing, zvakutokutadzisa chero kupractice, chero kudii mood yatochinja. March, April ukungoramba uchifila zviri negative instead of feeling positive, because it's a positive thing. Wakuramba uchifila zviri negative, pfungwa dzako dzatozara nekuti kondikatadza kupefuma, kwavakasandifarira, a lot of negative things. Ukaramba negative cycle iri prolonged for more than necessary, yakukutadzisa kuita basa rako raunoda, then takuti pane problem, takuti brain haichashande zvainofanira kudii. Exactly. So that's what we are talking about. When you've got prolonged moments of sadness, low mood for a long time, more than a month, and it's consistent and it's persistent, no matter what you try to do, and it's stopping you from doing the things that you love, then there is a problem. But I think why I like the fact that I'm talking to you, it's an honor, by the way, because you know, I respect your music and I respect what you represent. I think as a musician, there are a lot of pressures for you. And as a man, because we are living in a patriarchal society, murume harwari, nepfungwa haasi weak. You can't be weak, you can't cry. And you know, we haven't been socialized as a society, as a community. Kuti baba vanochema, and I never saw my father crying. I could see he was sad by my funerals. But kuchema and nazvizinhu zvandakamboona. How do you manage iwewe as a musician? Paunenge uchifila like azvinhu hazvisi kufamba. Are you able to show your emotions? Usingatyi kusekewa? Are you able to talk about your feelings?
Well, to be frank and very honest with you, I can't share. Like saying, there's a thing about men.
There's a stigma.
Really opening because of the stigma out there, how they're going to see it, how they're going to hear me. You know, it makes me want to be in a shell and deal with all my emotions on my own, and then until I'm better, and come back to this.
Because you need to show this macho. Exactly.
The reality is, we all break through this.
Yes, we do.
Go through very difficult times. Like, for example, if you're renting a place, you have to pay rent monthly. So that's like a monthly stress. You have to buy grocery for the family. That's like everyday stress. So we all have those stress. I believe how you manage is what makes sense. And I also believe that stress is energy.
It is.
So when I get stressed and I get, beat down by the emotions and all that, I just go and run, play football, and use a lot of energy.
I like what you said, because I think the main thing with coping with a mental health crisis is finding things that distract you, finding my outlets. So some people go to the gym, and the good thing is energy. When you work out, when you run, you release my endorphins, which are my happy hormones, which uplift your mood. But you're still okay. The dangerous part is you can't do all those things. Wakungoramba uchingotenderera brain uchifunga zvinhu zviri negative, then it becomes a problem. And when you can't talk as well, yatova a problem. And I feel sad because as a society we've created varume as very masculine, very strong. They can't be weak. Onza shinga semurume, notoita izvozvo murume hacheme, which is wrong because you've got emotions, you're human, and sometimes it's too much and you need to be able to let it out without that stigma yekunzi ari weak or asi murume, and I think
as much as we are talking about 50 the gender balance, it's like it's weighing more on the men now.
Yeah,
because like you're saying, we can't show off our weaknesses.
You can't.
But sometimes when you show off your weaknesses, that's how you get help.
Exactly.
See, so sometimes you don't actually get help because people don't know we need. And sometimes when you're trying to get things fixed, people now call it depression. It's depressed, that's why he's acting this way.
So the stigma.
So the stigma is real. But in our society now, from where I come from, I come from Chitumbiza.
Okay.
And it's real. That's why you buy a little bottle of mafuta like this. It's real. The stress is on a daily basis. So I believe for us to be able to actually get past this whole mental health crisis, we need to look at the triggers.
Oh yes.
Deal with the triggers.
Yeah, I love that.
We can talk about right now. We can do a therapy with me and talk.
But can I problem with he said
if I'm going back to the tree.
Exactly. You're gonna go back to the same place and
believe right now most people are depressed because of
poverty. And I like you say that. There is a strong relationship between poverty and mental health, even in UK. There are barras like Vana Haringe, which is a bara poverty iripo, it's a poor bara. Mama statistics under that kune mental health yakatowanda ikoko. In Africa, unfortunately poverty iriko, but vana vazivi nezvemental health zvakanyanya. And apana ma statistics akawanda anotorwa about mental health, and poverty. Exactly. And I think we've also been socialized with Shinga, you just live through my challenges. What you said about a man not being able to show your emotions, I was really touched by Ricky Rick's step. So I didn't know him, I just followed his music, but it really hit me. And I thought a lot of African men are in a situation where they can't talk about their emotions because society the expectations from society are unrealistic. And on
it very closely. You see that the same person that's coming at my Instagram telling me something negative,
Exactly. Hurt people.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think kuzonzi munhu azopedzisira afa because aita depression and they couldn't talk about depression when depression is treatable is really, really sad.
So tell me about treating.
So depression, pane vanhu vanotreata depression nekuenda kwachiremba. So your doctor should be able to assess and prescribe antidepressants. So antidepressants anoshanda evidence inoratidza kuti ukanyatsoona early intervention ukakurumidza kunorapiwa unyatsonzwa kuti handisi kunzwa musho ukamhanya unorapiwa unotopora, and sometimes you won't even need kutora antidepressants for life. It could be something chekuti you just need a little help getting along mutoro wakatakura. And then once you fix triggers ako and you get help around without feeling low in mood, you start feeling yourself again. You might not even need to take but then I also believe there is also the need for counseling and therapy, talking therapy, Ndakanzwa about the friendship, man. Just having they say a problem shared is a problem solved. You need, even if you don't, say the society is very judgmental towards men, have my communities evarume, a society musicians evarume that just talks about mental health, and you support each other. You're not taking it to the world, but you're actually solving your issues.
You actually need more organizations like
exactly.
These organizations now, they've got funders. And you know what funders do? Funders have got things that they are working towards. So for them to give you money, you have to work along with fee.
That's why
it's actually destroying the reality on it.
No, because you have to work in the agenda.
So we need more real main organizations. It's there.
Okay.
I've also...
why I mentioned Padari is I remember long back when I used to work in the media and sat in Damufa. We used to work with Padari. I think Kwavena in Zevegis or something. I think you don't need to be funded to start an organization on mental illnesses and mental health awareness in music. You can be the change you want.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is self-funded. I just felt so passionate. I need to go back to my home country and do something. I'm giving back. Yes, we've got help from Wamwano, not better like the venue, and stuff. But most of the money is coming from my personal budget. You are a musician. You've got a following. You've got a platform. You don't need a lot of mari ikoshino to talk about mental illness. You can start that union Iwewe and talk about it, Murivarume, and see how you can help each other.
I need to spread that word out. Because the problem is the people with the organizations, like I was saying, they've got bills, pay, rental, so don't follow the money at the end of the time.
That's true.
But at the end of the day, also you have real problems in society that we
like poverty
to do with. So like you're saying, some of these things don't need money, but like Kudara and Gara make a round table and give each other chance to speak. Sometimes I'm like impressed. So I believe with so that people can expose the triggers. So the triggers are exposed, then you can start to do
with my trigger so that people don't have a cycle negative. But my song, it lifts my mood. I mean, just not even the whole chorus. Please, don't kumbirao.
Ida se onononga mega, se onononga, ida se onononga, gal, padaba, uchiwaina, gal, padaba.
Nice one. So thank you so much for coming and sharing this space with us. I know you're a busy man. Mataura kuti munoembasara munoita mune zvamunenge muchiita, but you took your time. Time is money. And I'm very humbled because you actually came and spoke to me and you're helping me create awareness. This is my passion, and I hope it becomes your passion also from today. To create awareness for platform yenyu. Kana pane zvamunenge musinganzwisisi ndiripo to help, to create awareness yachona. Tobata maoko tofamba tese. Varume sometimes zvinonetsa kutaura nyaya dzenyu in front of everybody. Have your own little community varume where you can actually have honest conversations. Atichadi kunzwanzi ningazvouraya.
I was a conversation at that nevarume. Just told what I couldn't know the postnatal
depression. Exactly.
It's doing it from a mess, but even grooming.
Oh, I see.
Be a nail, man. Because right now we have very powerful women. Because women are being empowered.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need to prepare them.
Then exactly, so that they don't feel marginalized as well. Plus, yeah, postnatal depression in Harare is something very close to my heart as well, because 2017, 18, I lost a very close friend of mine, and again, muno Zimbabwe. Aketa mwana, and she just started feeling overwhelmed. You know, postnatal depression is basically depression, you know, it's after munazara, and it's overwhelming, and she ended up dying by hanging. You know, then when committed suicide, because it's like criminalizing the person. We say completed suicide or died by hanging. So she died by hanging because of postnatal depression. I just feel like it could have been a death preventable if people knew a lot more about it. But anyway, this is a conversation that could go on and on. Thank you so much, Guspy Warrior, for having us, coming to us and letting us have your presence. Ndaa, let's talk. We will be back again with another guest. We continue spreading awareness around mental illness and changing one person a day.